Yeah. Hello, students. Yep. Good evening to all. So this is Prakash. So I am the math tutor for this webinar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi. Okay, so let's wait for a moment and see if anybody joins, okay? Hope you guys doing well. We will start the webinar in a moment, okay? Just a moment. I hope you guys know the today's topic. Good morning. Good evening, Joseph. Just a sec. Just wait for a couple of seconds, couple of minutes rather. So today we are going to discuss about the quadratic equations, okay? The quadratic functions. So the quadratic, how to factorize the quadratic equations and how to solve the quadratic equations and all. I hope you might have some experience. I mean, you guys haven't, you might learn some topics as well, right? I mean, these topics, how to solve, how to simplify, how to factor and all. So we're going to discuss that. Just a second. Let me open the PPT, just a second. Okay, so first thing first, what is quadratic equation? Anybody? What is quadratic equations or a quadratic functions? I think in the previous webinars we learned the polynomials, right? The types of polynomials, right? So this is one of the polynomial. The quadratic equations is type of a polynomial. I hope you guys know that. So this polynomial is based on the degree. What do you mean by degree? It's a power. It's an exponent, isn't it? Okay, someone. Yeah, it has a power too. Excellent, excellent, Joseph. Yes. Linear than quadratic, one student said. Okay, so what she mean to say, I think. The quadratic, I mean the
Sir,
polynomials.
good evening.
Yes, good evening. Okay, Sultan, I think, right? Okay. So the quadratic functions, if the degree is 1, if the degree is 1, it is a linear equation. If the degree, the exponent is 2, then it becomes a quadratic. That's what the Joseph said, I think. It has a power as a 2. What do you mean by that? See, generally equation in a sense, we are going to have one input and one output. Similarly, in quadratic equation also, we have an input and output. So either we can say y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So this is a basic or a general or a standard form of quadratic function. Quadratic function, yeah, this is a function or equation. So which is nothing but a parabola. Okay, so we are not going towards a parabola though. So this is a parabola equation. So as you guys know, linear equation is nothing but a y equals to mx plus c or a mx plus b, or else ax plus by equals to c. You guys know that linear, isn't it? Linear equation, that's the standard form of under slope intercept form, which is also called as, or rather this is an equation for a straight line. You guys know that, right? Similarly, this quadratic equation is the equation for parabola. So how the parabola looks like? We have 4 types of parabolas. This is open up parabola and open down Okay, I'm just drawing roughly, guys. And this one is the open right and open left. Okay, these are the parabolas. Okay, so but generally speaking, these two won't come in this. But here is these two are the basic standard form, I mean, or rather the quadratic equations, which is ax square plus bx plus c. If a value is positive, it is open up. If a value is negative, if it is open down parabola. I'm just talking about the graphing. Okay, graphing, how the what is the output of quadratic functions. Okay, and this left and right has something to do. Maybe we'll discuss when we do the parabolas topic. We'll discuss more on that. So today we are going to concentrate on quadratic equations. So what is the standard form? So I'm just taking 0 out of the equation. So we can write y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. So what I will do, I will just substitute this y equals to 0, such as ax plus bx equals to 0. So this is a function, the quadratic function, which is nothing but it is nothing but a parabola, because it has input and outputs. But this one, it doesn't have output. As you see, we are going to find the values of x. Similarly, see, 2x plus 5 equals to 9. What we are going to do here, we are going to find the value of x in linear, right? But if we have a x somewhere and y as well, like this, then it becomes a linear equation. I hope you guys understand what I'm explaining. Linear equation or a function means it has input and output. Function means, okay, but I am just taking as a 0 here instead of y, because we are going to find the values of x and r. So here x is the input or a variable, you can say. That's what we are going to find, the unknown variable, you can say. Okay, what is ABC? I hope everyone knows that is the constants, numbers. But make sure that one more student join. Sultan, welcome. Make sure that a is not supposed to be 0. It must be a non-zero number. It can be negative, it can be positive, but it's not supposed to be 0. Can you please tell me why it's not supposed to be 0? If a is 0, this complete term becomes a 0, which means it becomes a linear equation. I hope everyone are able to follow me. Okay. So the next thing, we're going to learn about the factors. What do you mean by a factor? Anyone? Writing the term in a simple way, in using two terms, right? Two factors, which is by what number we can divide the actual number by. For example, in linear equation, you guys learned, for example, 2x plus 8. What is the factor of this question? 2 is the factor. 2 is a common number. So we are going to write it as this. So all these things you guys learned in a linear equations. But here you can see that this is the term. It can be a number, or it can be, yeah, mostly it is a number in linear equations. But in quadratic equations, we are going to get the two factors. Okay? X plus 4 and x plus 2. See, these two are the factors. X plus 4 is one factor and x plus 2 is another factor. Okay, in linear equations, we are going to get the factor as a number or maybe a variable, but here it is, we'll get, okay. we'll get the factors, like two factors. We are going to get two factors of quadratic function. Okay, so let's learn how to do that. We can, or rather, we need to find the factors using 2-3 methods. One is regrouping, or else using some formulas, identities. Okay, and I think these two methods, only these two methods. Not methods, I mean, we are going to find the factors in these two ways. The grouping and formulas. Let me explain some basic formulas. Hope everyone knows that a plus b whole square. I mean, this is the standard one you guys might learn, isn't it? So a square plus 2ab plus b square. Similarly, a plus minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So these are the two identities. I hope everyone knows this. Then one more, a square minus b square. Please remember this. A square minus b square, which is nothing but a plus b and a minus b. Okay, I will write it in the other way around. Okay, just a second. A plus b and a minus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. So please let me know, guys, if you have any questions in these rules. I hope everyone learned this. I mean, if you're in class 10, I think you could have learned all these things. Please let me know if you have any questions. I will explain how we got these rules, how we got these formulas. Anybody want me to explain how we got this?
Yes, I can explain.
Okay. See, a plus b is one factor. A plus b whole square, in a sense, what? What is 4 square? 4 times 4, right? Similarly, a plus b whole square, in a sense, a plus b times a plus b. Okay? Please foil this. Please distribute. What is a times a? What is a times b?
So it will be a square plus b square.
Not b square. A times a square plus
Oh, yeah,
ab.
a b, sorry, yeah.
And then please multiply with this then.
Yep. So
A
it will
times
be
b, again ab,
ab plus b square.
b square. Now, these two are the like terms, isn't it? So
So it
please,
will be 2ab.
2a. That's what we got in the formula. If
Okay, okay.
let's go back and check it. See, this is what I have written here. Similarly, if you multiply a minus b and a minus b, we will get this formula.
Sorry,
Okay?
you have to be careful with the signs also, yeah?
Yeah, obviously, right? Yeah. And how we got the third one? So if you want me to explain that, let me do it here. A minus b, a plus b. So please distribute. Please distribute. Okay. I think Sultan asked me a question. Yeah, I will answer your question. Answer your question. Why we got plus b square in this? So here is answer, Sultan. A minus b, a minus b. Please multiply. What is a times a? A square. What is a times minus b? What is a times minus b? Minus ab. Minus ab. Okay. What is minus b times minus b times a? Minus ab. And last, what is minus b times minus b? Both are negative signs. If you are multiplying, we will get plus. So that's why we got a square minus 2ab plus b square. Do you understand, Sultan, now? Okay. So this is how we got the the minus there. Okay. So now let me explain this one as well. A plus B, A minus B. Please FOIL these two terms. A square minus AB plus AB minus B square. Sorry, yeah, minus B square. And you can see that plus AB and minus AB becomes a 0. So we'll ended up getting A square minus B square. That's what I have written here. So these are the formulas. Okay. It doesn't mean that you always need to be remembered. If you're not remembering, so just use this method, just an extension, this just an expand. Use the distribution and solve it. Okay. So let's go to the questions now. Why I'm explaining that things. You might get a question called, have a look at this, x square minus 16. Find the factors of x square minus 16. So how do you find the factors? Please check. We have 16 here. So 16 can be written as 4 square, isn't it? So 16 can be written as 4 square means what? This is in the form of a square minus b square. What are the factors of a square minus b square? A plus b and a minus b. So which means what are the factors of this question itself? X plus 4 and x minus 4. Okay. Okay. I hope everyone understands this. So these are the how to find the factors of a number or the factors of a quadratic equation. Let's try one more question, the similar type. Please try to answer. Be interactive, guys. Can you please tell me the answer for 4x? One moment, I'm writing. Just a moment, guys. I'm trying to write. Yeah. So x square minus 36. Can you please, anyone tell me the factors of x square minus 36? Anyone?
X square minus 6 square.
Very good. So that is an extension. So what are the factors?
Yeah, so it will be, sir, x minus 6 bracket x plus 6.
I hope everyone understands. Okay. If the question is given in this form and they ask you to find the factors in a sense, we are going to find the factors in this way. Just use the identity, the formula which we learned, and find the factors. Sultan, do you understand both? Hope so. Okay, great. Just a moment. Okay, the next thing. So how to find the factors of other numbers, guys? Other types of questions. For example, let's take the question x square plus 5x plus 6. Find the factors of this quadratic function. So how to find? Anybody? Any idea? Anyone? Okay. So let me explain, guys. It's a very simple and easy way. Just have a look at this, but be careful as well, okay?
Sir, I think
Yeah.
for this question you have to look at the common first.
Sorry, can you please repeat that?
I said I think for this kind of question you have to look at the common first. Common number.
Common number in a sense?
Like, I would say like common variable. Like if 5 also has the x, so x, you have to just.
Okay,
take out
let
the
me,
common first.
yeah, let me explain. I think you were trying to say the regrouping. Let me explain. See, first check the a value. What is the value we have for a x squared term? X squared term value is 1. So if x squared term value is 1, we can use this method. Please listen carefully. We are going to pick the constant term here. What is the constant? Constant is 6. Then write down the factors of 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. These are the factors, and please write it in a negative factors as well. And the question is, which are the two numbers add up to 5x and multiply up to 6? I hope it might confusing you guys, but take this last digit, which is constant. Okay, then find the factors. Write the negative factors as well. It might help in some ways. And then what we need to do, what is the middle term? This is the middle term, guys. Okay, this is the middle term. So if you need to take two terms here out of these 8 factors, we need to take any two. Those two must add up to 5x, and if you multiply those two numbers, the result has to be this 6. Yeah, they need to add up 5, and if you multiply, it has to be 6. So please check, how can you add these 5x here? So how do you get 5x if you add? So if you add 1 plus 6, we will get 7. But if you add 2 plus 3, we will get 5. Very good, Sultan. Yes. So what will happen here? We got 2 and 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. We got the answer as a 6. If we add 2 and 3, it has to be 5 plus 5. So we got that as well, which means 2 and 3 are the factors. So that is nothing but directly you can write, which is x plus 2 and x plus 3 are the factors. Sultan, can you see the screen now? I hope everyone can see the screen here. Okay, let's go back to this now. Yeah. So that's it. If we have 1 as a constant, okay, if we have 1 multiplied to this x square, then we can use this method. We can write the factors directly. I hope everyone understand how to write the factors now. Let's move to the next question, guys. Here is the next question. X square minus, let's say, one moment, okay, so 8x plus 12. Can anyone tell me how to solve this question? See, it's a very simple. We are going to pick the 12 here. Why do we need factorize things? To make it simpler, to find the value of x. To find the value of x, and also to simplify the expression, to simplify this quadratic function. So we are going to factorize. Okay, so for example, the question you are asking, 2x minus 5x plus 3. Why we need to simplify this? Or rather, if we have this question, why we are taking this out? Taking 2 as out. to simplify the expression, first thing. The second thing, if we have a equation, then it helps us to solve the equation easily. Okay, maybe linear equation we can do without simplifying, but in this case we must simplify. Okay, then find the factors, guys. So 12 is a constant. Please write down the factors of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. Please take the negative numbers as well. And please tell me what are the two numbers add up to -8 and the multiply up to 12. 2 and 6? You said 2 and 6. I'm just taking the values you said. 2 and 6. If you add, we'll get 8. If you multiply, you will get 12. But we need -8. We need -8 here, Sultan. So we need to take -2 and minus 6, which is -8. If you multiply -2 and -6, we'll get +12. So that is also satisfies. I hope Sultan, you understand? So we got directly. So just write it the answers: x -2 and x -8. That's it. These two are the factors. Anybody has any questions? Okay. That is -6. Okay. Let's try one more question. What is n square minus 64? So in this question, we are not going to use the formula, the method which we did now. We are going to solve using the identity which we learned, which is n square minus 8 square. So which is n plus 8 and n minus 8. So the factors of this is n plus 8 and n minus 8. I hope everyone understands this. So we'll do one more question if you want to. Yep, just a moment. X square minus 5x. Just a moment, guys. Okay. One moment. I'm just checking it. Yeah. Can you please tell me how to solve this question? Anyone?
Sir, first you have to solve for x square minus 2x first.
We need to find the factors first.
Yeah, factors for 15.
Find the multiples. It's not a multiples, Sultan. It's a factors of. Yeah, it's a factors of that. So what are the factors of that? 1,
3, 5.
-1, -3, -5, and -15. Okay. So now please check what are the two numbers add up to -2 and multiply up to.
Sir, -1 and -3.
-1 and -3. You said -1 and -3.
Yeah.
But
or it will be -3 and -5.
No, we'll get only one option. Please check it. Which one is correct? Anybody? Okay.
Yeah. Sir, -3 plus 5.
-3 plus 5. Still almost there. But if you add, we'll get +2x. but we need minus 2x.
So
So
minus 5 plus 2. Minus 5 plus 3, sorry.
yeah, 3 minus 5 plus 3 minus 5. Very nice. Sultan, 3 comma minus 5. Please check, Sultan. It's 3 comma minus 5. Not minus 3 comma 5. It is 3 and minus 5. So I think few students answered. So yeah. So what is the answers? Then directly x minus 5 and x minus 3, or x plus 3 rather. So that's it, guys. So this is how we need to solve if we have 1 as an exponent, 1 as a constant, which is multiplied for a x square. What if it is more than 1 or a less than 1 or other than 1, I mean to say. I'm just going to explain now. Before that, we'll try one more question. Can anyone tell me what is the answer for 25 t square minus 100? 100 is not a good one. Let's take 81. Can you see? Can you see the screen, guys? Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So how to solve this question? Can you please tell me?
So we have
25.
to take the factor of 81.
Yeah. No. See, we can solve this question using the identity, the formula. So what we can do, 25 is nothing but a 5 square, and t square we already have. What is 81, which is 9 square? Can we write it separately? I mean, the 5t whole square minus 9 square. So
Yeah.
this is in the form of a square minus b square. So which means 5t plus 9 and
5t
5t
minus 9.
minus 9.
Oh, yes.
So that's these two are the factors of this question. I hope everyone understand, like so far, how to find the factors and all. For now, we'll move on. What if a value is more than 1? So this is the question. So far, this a value is always 1. So far, we learned a value is 1. So if a value is 1, it's very directly, we can solve it directly, which means take the factors and please check what are the two numbers which add up to the middle number and multiply up to the constant. And then you can write down those factors directly. But if a value is more than 1 or a less than 1, what we need to do? So that's what we're going to explain now. Let's take the question. Just a moment, guys. Let's take a simple question. One moment. Just give me a second, guys. Okay. So good. I got the question. So the 2k, let's take a x though. Yeah, 2x square plus 3k minus 14. So how to find the factors of this question? Anyone? Okay, okay. I'm writing k here. Sorry, it's
I know,
x.
sir.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
We can
please.
solve this by using this formula: minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a.
Okay,
This formula to solve.
but we don't have an equal sign to solve. We are not solving x value here, Mohammed. We are not solving x value. Okay, so we are not supposed to use that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the other way around? Anybody? We just need to multiply the A value and the C value. What do you mean by A and C? We need to multiply this A value and C value, guys. So what is the A value? 2. Here we have value here more than 1 or a less than 1. So here we have a 2. So 2 times minus 14. What is 2 times minus 14? What is 2 times minus 14? 28. Then what we need to do? We need to find minus 28. We need to find the factors of 28. Please find the factors, guys. 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28, guys. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 4, minus 7, minus 14, minus 28. Yeah. And now tell me, see, first thing we are going to multiply the A value and this constant. We got 28, minus 28 rather. And we need to multiply, we need to take the two numbers out of these factors, which add up to 3, middle number, and it multiplies to minus 28. Can anyone tell me? The two numbers add up to 3 and multiply up to minus 28. Can anyone? Anyone? 7 and minus 4. I got the answer from students like 7 comma minus 4. Okay, 7 and minus 4. So please multiply, please add. 7 minus 4 becomes a 3. That's correct. 7 times minus 4 becomes a minus 28. That is also correct. So we just need to go ahead with those two values. So we got 7 comma minus 4. We are not supposed to write the answer directly the way we did for the previous questions. The reason behind that, A value is 1 in the previous questions, but here A value is more than 1, which is 2. So in this case, we got 7 and 4 minus 4. So please split the middle term. So what will happen? 2x square plus this 3x can be written as using these values, using 7 and 4, which is 7x minus 4x. 7x minus 4x is same as what? Same as 3x. Then we have a 14. Please write that 14, guys. Then we need to separate group wise. These two are the one group, these two are the another group. So what is the common factors in these two terms? Take out the common factor, which is x, isn't it? Yeah, x is a common factor. If you take x out, we'll get 2x plus 7, guys. And then please take this forward. This in these two terms, what is a common factor? Minus 2 is a common factor. If we take minus 2 out, we'll get 2x plus 7. So we got the things. You can see here, we have a common factor now. So these two things, 2x plus 7 is a common out of these expression. So please take that out and write down the remaining terms. What is the remaining terms? X and minus 2. X minus 2. That's it. These are the factors of this question. These two are the factors of this question. Okay. After finding the question, after answering the factors, and please check, please multiply these two factors, we will ended up getting the question. We will ended up getting the original question as a non. Okay, so that So which means what? We solved correctly. If you have any questions, please multiply and check. We will get the answer as 2x square plus 3x minus 14. I hope everyone understand this. Anybody has any questions? Okay, so we'll try one more question and see. Just a moment. Just a second, okay? Yeah, here is a question. 9x square minus 5x minus 10. So please tell me what is the first step? What is the first step? Here a value is more than 1. It's not 1 actually. So we are going to multiply these two numbers. So 9 times minus 10, which is minus 90. And just think of it, factors of a 90 or a minus 90. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's divisible by 4, 5. 8 is no, 8 no. 10, 15. What else? 30, 45, and then 90. Okay, I missed 9 in between. Yeah. So please take all negative numbers as well, and please tell me which are the two numbers. The two numbers add up to minus 5, so the middle number, okay? And multiply up to minus 90. Please pick the two numbers which add up to minus 5 and multiply up to minus 90. Okay? So it's not compulsory to write these factors, okay? If you're able to find the factors directly, you can do that. So we are just writing these factors for our reference. Make it easier. Yeah. So what are the two numbers, guys? Anybody? No? The two numbers add up to minus 5 and multiply up to minus 90. Okay, I will make it a little simpler for you if you want to. Let's make it as a x, just a minus x. Please try now. Please tell me the two numbers add up to minus 1. Please tell me the two numbers add up to minus 1.
0.
And multiply up to minus 90. Yeah, 9 and minus 10. I hope everyone agrees to that. 9 minus 10 is minus 1, and 9 times minus 10 would be minus 90. Okay, so we got the numbers. So split this question, separate this question, I mean the middle term. So this minus x can be written as, using these terms, we got 9x plus 9x minus 10x. and then minus 10. And then just split it separately, okay? Just find the factors separately. What is the common term in it? 9x. So if you take 9x out of the equation, out of these things, we'll get x plus 1. And then what is the common term of this? Minus 10. If we take minus 10 out, which is x plus 1. And you can see here, we have x plus 1 as a common, right? So x plus 1 is common, and the remaining factor is 9x minus 10. So that's it. These are the factors of this question. Anybody has any questions? Sultan? Mohammed? Okay. So that's it of finding the fractions. I mean, finding the factors. So let's move on to the solving. Okay. What do you mean by root? Anybody? Root or a zeros? Anyone? Root, zeros. You could have heard these things, right? In fact, in quadratic functions. Factors, in a sense, the factor. For example, no, not the square root, okay? Not the square root, okay? Roots are zeros, okay? So root and zeros are same, okay? In some countries we use root, and in other countries we use zeros, but both are same. Factor, in a sense, a number. For example, x plus a is a factor. A is a number, okay? Instead of a, I will take a number. X plus 5 is a factor. This is a factor. Root, in a sense, or a zero, in a sense, the value, which means how to calculate zeros or roots using factors. We just need to equate to 0. Just equals to 0, which is x equals to 5. So what I mean to say, x minus 5 is a factor. Guys, what about others? Can you see the screen? Okay. See, this is a factor. X minus 5 is the factor, okay? And x equals to 5. This 5 is the root. This 5 is the 0 or a root. I hope everyone understands. So can anyone tell me what is the, find the root, find the 0 of x minus 7, x plus 7 rather. What is the 0 of x plus 7? 0 or root? Zeros or root, okay? Anyone? What is the root of x plus 7? Minus 7, very good. X plus 7 equals to 0 and x equals to minus 7. That's it. So we are going to equate equals to 0, then we are going to find the value of that unknown variable. That is nothing but a 0, guys. And the other way around, so if x equals to 5, okay, x equals to minus 3 is a root, or a 0. Can anyone tell me the factor for this? What is the factor of minus 3? It's a very simple, which is x plus 3 is the factor. I hope everyone understands this. So can you please tell me what is the factor, rather what is the factor of x equals to 9? What is the factor of x equals to 9? Anyone? X minus 9. X equals to 9. 9 is a value, Sultan. We need to find the factor using x. So x minus 9. I hope you understand, Sultan. Yeah, x minus 9. If you want me to elaborate a bit, I will do that. Just a second. See, factor zeros are roots. If x plus 3 is the factor, this is a factor. And what is the 0? Minus 3 is the 0. X equals to minus 3 is the 0. Similarly, if 5 is the factor, 5 is the root or a 0, you are just going to x minus 5, or rather x minus 5. So x minus 5 becomes a factor. X plus 7 is the root, is the factor. How to find the zeros? Equate to 0, we will get x equals to 7. So minus 7 is a root. I hope everyone understand now. Anybody has any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So now, so as Muhammad you said, using the formula, the quadratic formula, minus b and all, right? So that's what we are going to use now. Using or solving, you can say. How to solve the quadratic equations. Let's take a couple of good questions. Just a second, guys. Let me pick some questions. Yeah. X square minus 9x plus 18 equals to 0. So this equation, this is an equation, right? Equals to 0. Previously, so far we learned only expression of finding the factors of quadratic expression. Now here is the equation equals to 0. So we need to find the value of, oh God. Is it fine? No? Yeah. So how to solve this question? Anybody knows? We can solve this question in two ways. One is using formula, and the other one is using the factors. Similarly, the way we learned, please find the factors of these expressions. What are the factors? See, a value is 1 here, so it's a very easy thing, I think. So 18, what are the factors of 18? 1, 2, 3, 6, and 18. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 6, and 18. So please tell me the two numbers add up to 18 and, add up to minus 9 and multiply up to 18. Anyone? The two numbers add up to minus 9. Okay, so I got an answer as a 3, minus 3 and minus 6. Perfect. So if you add these two, minus 3 and minus 6, we'll get minus 9. If you multiply minus 3 times minus 6, we'll get plus 18. That's very good, okay? So which means x minus 3 and x minus 6 equals to 0. That's it. Now the question is about solving, which means we need to find the values of x. So x minus, we need to write it separately, guys, here. X minus 3 equals to 0, comma, x minus 6 equals to 0. So x equals to 3, comma, x equals to 6. So since it is a quadratic equation, since we have 2 in the exponents, we are going to get the 2 inputs, the 2 solutions, which is 3, 6. So the answer is 3, 6. The x values are 3, 6. I hope everyone understands this. So this is a method. This method, what we did in this, we used the factorization first, then we solved the values. If you take the same question, guys, we can use the formula. What is the formula?
C
Minus b plus or minus a square root of,
minus b minus 4ac
okay,
divided by 2a.
this is the formula, guys. We can use this formula as well to solve this question. For that, please find out the a, b, c values. What is a value? What is b value? And what is c, guys? Please substitute. Please go ahead and substitute the values. Minus of minus 9 plus or minus the square root of, what is b square, guys? Minus 9 square minus 4 times 1 times 18. So we are going to substitute all these values, a, b, c values. So minus of minus 9 becomes a plus 9, plus or minus square root of minus 9 square is 81. And what is 18 fours are? 36 and 36, 72. So minus 72, guys. Okay, whole divided by the 2. So I'm just going here, writing here. So x equals to 9 plus or minus. What is 81 minus 72? 9. I hope everyone agrees to that. And then divided by 2. So please check it again then. 9. What is square root of 9? 3. So this is an answer we got here. X equals to 9 plus or minus 3 divided by 2. So what we can do now, we are going to split this plus or minus, which is x equals to 9 plus 3 by 2, and write it using minus 9 minus 3 by 2. So please simplify this. What is 9 plus 3? 12 by 2, and this one is going to be 6 by 2, isn't it? Yeah. And you got the answer, I think, which is 6 comma 3. 3 comma 6 or 6 comma 3, both are fine. So those are the values of x. If you go back and check, we got the same values, 3 comma 6. See, I think this is the easier method. I hope so. The factorization, using factorization. Sometimes using factorization is not possible. So in that case, we need to use the formula, this formula method. I hope everyone understands this. Okay. So let's try one more question. X square minus 121 equals to 0. In this question, they will give just solve. Okay, factorize, in a sense, you need to factorize. Since we have a equal to 0, we need to solve and find the values of x. So how do you solve this question? If you want to use the formula, you can use it. But we are going to use the formula, the formula method, which is a square minus b square equals to 0. What is x square minus 11 square? X plus 11 and x plus 11, guys. X plus 11 and x minus 11, guys. So just equate it separately. And x, and what is the value of x? Minus 11 comma plus 11. I hope everyone understands. Guys, any questions? Anybody? Sultan, Muhammad, Anna? Okay. So we can use any of the methods, as I said, using the formula, the identities we learned, or else using regrouping, which is nothing but the factorization methods. or else using the x equals to minus b, this formula. So that's it of today's webinar, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Okay, I have a couple of questions to try. Yes, you can, Muhammad, if you want to. So, but I have a couple of questions to try. Please try these two questions if you want to. Can you please tell me, anyone, how to solve this question? So here it's not about a factorization. Here we need to solve the equation. While solving, make sure that we are writing in the format, okay? Which means we need to move all the terms to one side. That is very basic thing, okay? So which is minus 30 equals to 0. You just need to make this equation to this form, and then we are going to solve this. So which method you guys are, would like to use? Factorization, Sultan? Okay. I think we got the answer from Anna. Let's check. If you add the two numbers, it has to be minus 13. If you multiply, it has to be minus 30. Okay. 3 minus 3 minus 10. No, not minus 3 minus 10. Yeah, minus 30 only. Won't get. Let me have a look, guys. Where it says positive. No, we need to move this 30 to this side, Anna. Because we need to write the equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. We must write the equation in this form first. So which means 30 goes to the other side, it becomes a negative 30. You got it? Okay, so now please find now. Okay. So what about 15 and 2? Minus 15 and 2. Please check it. I mean to say minus 15 plus 2, which is minus 13. If you multiply minus 15 and 2, which is minus 30. So that's what we got. So x minus 15, x plus 2 equals to 0. So x equals to the positive 15, comma, minus 2. I hope everyone understands this. Okay. I think that's it, guys. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Please take care. See you in the next webinar, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.